What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nitro Gaming. I know, still getting used to the name change myself as well, but it's still all the same trading content. And today, we're going to be talking about the web app. And you guys know I like to trade. If you've been watching me for the past few years, I mean, we've been doing it for about a decade now. You know I like to make coins. You know I like to get a head start. And the web app is going to help us do exactly that for FC25. The Ultimate Team and other FC web features are down. That would mean the companion app while they prepare for FC25, which is just 2 days away now. I believe it's going to come out on the 18th. Today is the 16th. So the video is coming out on Monday. I believe on Wednesday, it's going to be the web app release. Pretty much everybody but EA has confirmed that is coming out on the 18th. And at this point, I'm almost certain that the leakers know more than EA at this point. I mean, we're getting leaks for promos we've never heard of before. We already know players that are in promos that I've never heard of in my life for FC25. So at this point, I think the people who leak information about FC25 might know more than EA employees at this point. And so I'm expecting it to come out on the 18th, but if it doesn't, don't kill me. But it's going to come out on the 18th. So that's what you should expect for this. And I do encourage you to log in as soon as possible on the 18th. Now, this isn't because you need all 48 hours of the web app to trade. Trading on the web app is going to help us, but it's not going to be as easy as it will be once the full game comes out. And I'll explain. But what you will notice is that a lot of the coins that you're going to make are going to come from the first couple minutes you actually get into the game. Not only from the decisions you make, but also the market is going to be the most active in those first couple of minutes. That's when everybody's going to be logging in. Everybody's going to be picking their country, their kits, their badges. I'm going to show you that in a second. And then they're going to be listing them. So the market's going to be moving the most in the first couple of minutes. But after you go 36 hours of the web app and the whole game hasn't released yet for the Ultimate Edition, things slow down. There's not as many things on the market. So I'm going to explain some trading methods you can use. How can you get from 0 coins to 10,000 without getting to play a single game? It can be difficult, but we're going to use this as a guide. Because last year I uploaded a video on the first day of the web app so that we could see exactly what's going to pop up. Now, first thing you're going to have a choice of is your country. And I personally don't believe it's that important of a choice. Of course, you've got 9 of the biggest countries to choose from, and there are some perks and disadvantages of each. If you choose England, you're going to get a lot of players that could link to each other. You are going to get a nice diverse amount of leagues just because there are 4 different English leagues plus a lot of the English players that play in the Scottish league. So you're bound to get at least 5 leagues. Yeah, there are a couple English players that play abroad. Not very many silver or bronze players play abroad from England. If you choose Italy, you're going to get a lot of players that link to each other because they're going to be in Serie B and Serie A. But you're not going to get very many players abroad. So certain squad building challenges might be easier, certain ones might be harder. Brazil gives you a ton of different leagues, but not a ton of them link to each other because you're not going to get too many from the same league. Maybe a couple in the Portuguese league, but given the fact that the Brazilian league isn't an Ultimate Team, then you're not going to get that many that link to each other. Realistically, not the end-all, be-all decision. I normally go with England. I think it's a good balance between the two. But if you wanted to go to Brazil, Argentina, I think those are good choices as well. Even France, if you wanted to go for it, that one wouldn't be bad because you do have the French league, the second French league, and a decent amount of French players play abroad. But realistically, that's not going to be the worst decision that you make if you mess it up. So here's the squad that I had when I loaded in. You, of course, get to choose a lone player, which is going to have absolutely no bearing on what you do in terms of trading. They are not tradable. But you do get a choice of a lone player that you can use for the games once you do get the full release. But here's where the big decisions actually come in, and that's going to be with the kits and the badges. When you get a kit, you're going to see kits like Shanghai Port FC, UTA Arad, VfL Osnabrück. And if you're fans of any of these clubs, I mean absolutely no offense, but they're bronze and silver cards. This card that you're choosing here is tradable. And it's very important to note that because you want to choose a kit that is going to be rare and it's going to be gold. On this page, the only 2 that are pretty much guaranteed to be rare and gold are Manchester United and Argentina. Now, if you don't know if a kit's going to be rare gold, what you could do is you could have a second account and just look it up on the transfer market and see if it is rare gold or not. But if it's Manchester United or Argentina, you're pretty much guaranteed for it to be a rare gold kit. So you're going to go ahead and choose that one. Even if you're not a fan, you could be a fan of France or Brazil. You're going to choose the Argentina kit. You'll get to quick sell it later or sell it later, but it's going to make you more coins, and that's important. And then you're going to get an away kit, which you're also going to have a similar idea on, right? You've got Ajax here. That's probably going to be rare gold, maybe not guaranteed, but it is one of the biggest clubs in the world. So I would assume it's going to be rare gold. And then FC Barcelona, that one's probably rare gold. I wonder what I actually ended up choosing in this video. Did I go with Ajax? Did I go with FC Barcelona? Is that Newcastle at the top? I went with FC Barcelona. I figured that had the highest chance of being a rare kit. And then when it comes to the badges, it's the exact same thing. You want to choose one of the biggest clubs in the world. Clubs that you see go far in Champions League is a good indicator. So on this page, right away, I'm thinking Arsenal, right? And that's probably what I chose last year. And that is I thought about choosing England. They probably both are rare gold, but I went with Arsenal. So all three of those choices there are important, because it's going to make me more coins. If I pick a bronze card, those cards, firstly, are probably not going to sell on the market for 150 coins, which is the minimum that you can list them for. But on top of that, they're not going to quick sell for more than 18 coins sometimes. And even if you pick a rare bronze, it's like 60 coins or something like that. Yet, when you choose one of the rare gold cards, they quick sell for 450 to 500 coins, which means that those three cards alone are going to get me up to 1,500 coins or more if they can sell on the market. Now, some people do buy their badge on the first day. Don't let that be you. It's a bad idea. But as you can see right there, some people also list their badges and kits for a little bit less than what they quick sell for. So that Argentina kit, which we already knew, sold for 450 coins at the bare minimum, I can go ahead and quick sell that, let alone sell it for more than 400 coins. So I bought that card for 400 coins, and there's a ton of them getting listed for 400 coins. It is tough to sometimes beat the bots when you're trying to click the button super quickly, but it's not impossible. And then you can actually quick sell those cards for more, and you can make 50 coins at a time. It's slow. It's absolutely blue collar work in terms of trading, but it does get us off the ground. Now, another thing to get coins early on are things that are going to give you rewards and objectives. Now, sometimes getting chemistry in your team will give you some extra rewards. And as you can see here, I've completed Task 4, Task 7, and Task 8, and those are going to give us certain coin rewards or pack rewards. For that one, applying a manager contract gave me 100 coins. A lot of times, you're going to get that in your opening packs or welcome backpacks. Now, in previous years, we've had welcome backpacks, and thankfully, those get us off the ground really well. A lot of times you'll even get a couple good players in your welcome backpacks. But last year, we didn't really have welcome backpacks to the extent that we did in previous years. So you're not going to have a ton of consumables to use. You're not going to have a ton of players to choose from or list onto the market. And if that's the case, where we have no welcome backpacks going into this web app this year, then the market's going to be dry like it was in FC24. And I hope that we have something to juice the market a little bit. It'll not only give us a little bit more of a head start in terms of coins, but it'll give us a lot to work with in terms of trading, picking up cards, and listing them back on. You can see that just from the decisions I made very early on, I had over 3,000 coins within the first couple of minutes. And I also know that these cards are going to be getting listed right when the web app gets released, because everybody that's been waiting on this game for so long or waiting on the web app to drop is going to log in. They're going to get their opening packs, and they're going to list those kits, those badges, and whatever players they might have right away. These cards are going to be flying onto the market, and you've got to be quick to go out and get some of those cards, relist them onto the market, get some more, relist. Don't get greedy early on, because what if you had 3,000 coins, and you spent 3,000 coins on a player, and it was a good deal, sure. You bought them for 3K. You know you can sell them for 3.8. But you list him for 3.9, you say, he'll probably sell. And then 15 minutes go by and he hasn't sold. And then 40 minutes go by and he hasn't sold. And then an hour goes by and you relist him for 3.6 and he sells. That's great. You made some profit, but you lost an hour there. So be very careful when you're actively trading that when you spend all your coins, which you're probably going to have to do on the web app, it's early on. You don't have a ton to work with. It's not like we have 2 million coins yet and we're spending 800K on a card and we have 1.2 million to play with. It's early on. You're going to be spending all your coins. So make sure you list it for a price that is likely to sell quickly so you can move on to the next trade very, very soon. Now, some of the trading methods that I like to use early on are pretty similar to what I've done in previous years. After I've done all these objectives and I've got the kits and I've even completed some of the foundations, because I know that completing foundations 1, 2, and 3 can be pretty easy. I can use players that I got from that England choice earlier, and I can put those players into the foundations. But let me be clear. Do not spend any of your coins on untradeable packs. If you can use your untradeable players, that's great, because not only will it turn into packs that are going to have more players, but it will turn into coins on the objectives. 100 coins here, 100 coins there. They add up early on. But do not go out and buy a card for 400 coins just to complete a Foundations. Once I got to Foundations 4 and Foundations 5 and League and Nation Hybrid, I said, forget that. Because I'm going to have to spend all 3,000 coins to get those completed, and in return, I'm going to get untradeable packs. That's not going to help me right now. I can't use these untradeable players to go into a game yet. I can't play the game yet. I have to trade. I have to be smart with my coins. So I'm not going to do Foundations 4 or Foundations 5, which apparently expire in the year 2037 or something like that. I'm not sure if they ever changed that, but that's hilarious. 4,362 days. But you want to avoid spending coins on untradeable SBCs early. Even tradable SBCs, be very wary. Unless you know you can complete them with the amount of coins you have, don't get stuck halfway done with a squad building challenge. But when we get to the trading portion, one method that I like to use, and I use it for the first week every year. You've probably heard it if you've watched my videos in past years. It's the 1, 2, 3 method. Now, I found this method a long time ago, back in like FIFA 17, I was using this probably. This and Tech Avion, back when that was controversial. But 1, 2, 3's method is you set your minimum bid price at 1,000, your maximum bid price at 2,000, your minimum buy now at 3,000, and your maximum buy now can be whatever. Like I just put it at 15 million. So once you search that, you're going to find players that are within that parameter. And on top of that, you're going to see players that already have bids on them. So once you find a card that already has a bid on him, right here is a Rico Henry out of Brentford, a left back with 89 pace. He's Premier League, he's English. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click compare price. I'm going to make sure he goes for that, not some dummy bidding 1,000. But you can see this card, Simon, right here, doesn't have a bid on it. And so I'm saying, okay, it doesn't really have demand. But if it's already got a bid on the card, then that Rico Henry is one of two things. One, it's going to people's starter squads, right? People are building their starter squads already. They want a fast left back in the Premier League in their starter squad. Or two, it fits one of the advanced or foundation SBCs. And so people are buying it for that. So I click compare price and I search through the compare price and I make sure that there's no buy now of Rico Henry for like 900 coins. Because that would mean that that person who bid 1,000 is just a dummy and they shouldn't have bid 1,000. But if I see that all of the cards on the market for Rico Henry are like 1,600, 1,700 on buy now, then I'm going to say, okay, I can bid 1,100 on this card and I'll make profit if I end up winning that bid. Am I going to win every bid? No, absolutely not. In fact, with this method, I found that you only win about 20% of the bids. So with that being said, you're going to have to bid a couple times before you get one. But once you do, you sell that card on for profit, don't get greedy, and you move on to the next one. But as you can see, you've also got a Marta Tarreon, which is an 84 rated card at 1,100 coins. So you're going to check and make sure that you can sell that card for at least 1,400, that Marta Tarreon, before you actually relist it. And as you can see by that Rico Henry, there's, a card for 1,200 listed up right there, and it's only got a couple minutes left. So that bid of 1,000 doesn't really leave me with a lot of room to make any profit on that card. So that's the reason I didn't bid right there. You have Marta Tarreon, which you compare the price at 1,100. What does she actually sell for? You've got one for 1,800, 1,800, 1,900, and there's not a ton of cards on the market for her. So there's a chance you can make some coins, but 1,500, and it's been listed for 20 minutes. Maybe you could make coins off of that card. So you're going to have to do some searching, but this is where you find the cards that are in demand, and this is going to give us a chance to make some coins. And I think that Beto card, from what I can see right there, you can probably sell it for $1,400. That's the cheapest one, but it was also listed 4 minutes ago, so I think it'll sell. You could probably bid on that card for $1,200, and I think you could make 200 or 300 coins, which is, I promise you I haven't watched this video since I recorded it, but whatever thought process I had on that day, it seems to match up what I'm thinking right now. So with that being said, that's the 1, 2, 3 method, which you can use early on. Now, this can get you up to about 10,000 coins, and that's great. 10,000 coins is going to help us get off the mark because that's going to help us make investments very early on the Friday of full release of Ultimate Edition, which is going to happen on the 23rd of, I believe it's the 23rd, right? No, last year was the 23rd. This year it's the 20th, okay? So you have 48 hours of the web app. It's going to be coming out on the 18th. The 20th is the Ultimate Edition. And that's when the market not only starts to heat up, it starts to get a lot more players listed, but then people also get more coins. And when people get more coins, that means that the market it has more buying power, and it's going to go up. If you have packed, let's say, Christopher Nkunku at 86 rated, and that Christopher Nkunku is going for, 25,000 coins, you think, and you list it for 25K, but nobody even has 25,000 coins, well, the card just simply can't sell. You can only sell for what people can afford, and if nobody has any coins, then nobody can really buy that card yet. But when the full game release, this is what happens. You get 4,600 FIFA points, or FC points. I'm still not used to that either. Had a name change on the YouTube channel, a name change last year for the FC points. But everybody who got the Ultimate Edition gets 4,600 FC points. That's going to give them not only players to list on the market, but a lot more coins to work with. And then those players that are going for 25K during the web app start to go up to 30, 40, 50, 60,000 coins over the course of the first 24 to 36 hours. And if you get in early, you're going to get a much better deal on those cards, and you're going to get in before the inflation really hits the market. Now, that inflation will take you all the way to Monday. So if you get in early Friday and get your investments after you've already traded on the web app a little bit, and you've quickly gotten your packs opened or done what you needed to do to get up in coins on Ultimate Team, which of course we're going to be continually talking about on this channel, so make sure you hit that sub button. We'll have pretty much daily to bi-daily videos all the way till the end of the year of 2024 on this channel. So if you're into Ultimate Team, this is the place to be. Hit that sub button. But you can get a lot more coins that way. So get the head start on the web app, make the right choices, get a couple more coins, but in the end, don't go, and don't take an all-nighter. Don't call off work for the web app. Don't fake sick in school for the web app. Save that for the 20th when the full release of the game actually comes out. Anyways, guys, that's it for my web app pre-FC25 tips. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.